cover the concept of gaslighting, and then we're going to talk about how governments work. So the concept, people hear the word gaslighting come up a lot in common conversation, but what I realize is that it's kind of like the word crazy. It is that catch-all for this type of deceptive behavior. Crazy is the kind of the catch-all for behavior that seems mentally off or abnormal. And so this gaslighting talks about the different types of lie, or people use it to describe the different types of lies and things like that. That is not necessary. That is gaslighting, but for this context, we need to make sure we understand how we got to how the word evolved and what it actually means. And so, there was a 1938 play called Gaslight, and in this play, the husband is bad dude, totally bad dude, and what he does is he's trying to steal from his wife by making her think that she's crazy. And so one of the ways he does this is that he goes upstairs and he is searching for. So a lady was who lived upstairs. She was a rich lady and died, and nobody found her jewels. So he would go up there like every once in a while when she would go to sleep, and he would be searching the house, searching the upstairs apartment, looking for these jewels. And so they had the gas lights back in the day. So it's kind of like how your gas stove works, except technology was real low budget back then. And so if somebody else was using gas on the upper floor, it was not as much gas for you. So the lights in your house would go down because, it was all like gas. And so if somebody else was using gas upstairs to see, so your lights would go down. And so she would be in the apartment and she started hearing things moving upstairs, and then the lights would go down, and then he wouldn't be gone. It would happen every time he would go. And she was like, "What's going on?" He was like, "You're crazy." And she's like, "No, I hear something." "No, you don't." And so this wasn't the first time he was doing it, but he had already sowed the seeds of getting her to doubt herself, because that's the goal. To drive you crazy, and crazy, not necessarily to put you in a therapist chair or you need to be committed. That's what his goal was. But nowadays, gaslighting isn't just done to make you think you're crazy on large things. It is done to incrementally undermine your trust in self. It is incrementally, it is designed to incrementally get you to rely on the opinions and knowledge of others and to doubt what you know. A lot of times it's done through fear. And people who are targeted are ones who already have anxiety. And so if you can take somebody who already has anxiety or who already has depression or prone to these types of things, and you create a more intense construct around them, they will either break, their minds will break, or they will start to normalize the behavior. Oh, okay, this makes sense. Okay. And that is the point. Debbie, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet, because that is the point. That is the point about gaslighting. It is to get you to normalize behavior so that you are okay, just kind of going along to get along, because you are doubting yourself. And so it's important for you to remember gaslighting in that context as we talk more about what happened with January 6th. Rich white men. Donald Trump and all his cronies, rich white men. What is leading us to believe that there's any justice? But remember gaslighting. One of the things in the movie and the play was that everything changed when the wife met this detective. I think his name was Detective Ruff or something. She met the detective, and the detective was like, "No, you're not crazy. This is what's happening. This is what I think is happening." And they started working together to help her. Well, actually ended up getting her husband locked up. But she needed to have someone who was able to have an objective set of facts so that she can say, okay, I'm not crazy. Okay, this did happen. That becomes incredibly important because we get taught through stories. Hi, my name is William Honolulu Jr., and I'm the host of the BlackUSA.news morning show and the president of the Grinding Gang Incorporated. The Grinding Gang is an organization that helps small business owners in the nonprofit and for-profit communities figure out how to make sense of all the noise. There's a lot of information out there, and sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. We help you develop business plans. We help you figure out what to do with a lot of the information you receive, and we also help you figure out how to become more profitable. We also host
a variety of workshops. You can check out our next workshop on grant writing right here.